Dear students, great day. Let us start our session with History, Unit 2, Art and Architecture of Tamilnadu. In this session, we are going to learn about Pallava epoch, early Chola epoch, later Pandyas and Vijayanagara epoch. Pallava epoch. The Pallava epoch witnessed a transition from rocket to freestanding temples. Rocket temples were initially built by carving a rock to the required design and then rocks were cut to build temples. The Pallava king Mahendravarman was a pioneer in rocket architecture. Mandakapattu temple was the first rocket temple built by him. The rocket cave structure has two pillars in the front that hold it. All the cave temples have simple sanctum cut on the rear side of the wall with the frontage projecting mandapa. On either side are two dwarabalas, which means gatekeepers. The shore temple at Mahabalipuram, also called the Seven Pagodas, was built by the Pallava king Narasimhavarman II. It is the oldest structural temple in South India. The structural temples were built using blocks of rock instead of a whole rock as earlier. Narasimhavarman II, also known as Rajasimha, built the Kanji Kailasa temple. The Vaikunta Perumal temple at Kanjipuram was built by Nandivaran II. Mahabalipuram, Mamallapuram, is built of cut stones rather than carved out of caves. It has two shrines, one dedicated to Shiva and other to Vishnu. The Tamil Dravida tradition is illustrated by rocket monuments such as Pancha Pandava Rathas, namely Draupadi Ratha, Dharmaraja Ratha, Bhima Ratha, Arjuna Ratha, Nagula Sahadeva Ratha. The outer walls of the Rathas, especially of Arjuna, Bhima and Dharmaraja, are decorated with niches and motifs. The niches have the sculptures of gods, goddesses, monarchs and scenes from mythology. The Arjuna's pennants, carved on the face of a granite boulder, is a magnificent relief measuring approximately 100 feet long by 45 feet height. The Mamallapuram monuments and temples, including the Shore Temple complex, was notified as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1984. Sculptures. The walls of the caves are decorated with the bas relief of the gods and goddesses. The superstructures and the pillars have the sculptures. The sculptures look majestic, having elaborate shoulders, slim bodies, beautiful ornaments and high crowns. Tiruparankundram, Aanaimalai and Kalugumalai have the bas relief of many deities: Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, Parvati, Subramanya, Ganapati, Dakshinamurti. These are the some remarkable images of the cave temples. Many early Pandya images unearthed from Madurai and its surrounding areas are now in Thirumalai Nayakar Museum at Madurai. The early Chola epoch. The Cholas came to limelight in AD 850 under Vijayalaya Chola and continued to govern the region for about 400 years. For the early Chola epoch, the temple at Dadapuram near Dindivanam in Tamil Nadu is worth mentioning. The early Chola architecture followed the style of Chembian Mahadevi. Temples with the increased number of Devakosta figures can be classified as belonging to the Chembian style. Tirupurambiyam is an example of early temple that was refashioned in the days of Chembian Mahadevi. Tanjavur Big Temple. At the time the big temple of Tanjavur was constructed, it was a huge temple complex. The 216 feet Vimana is notable as it is one among the tallest man-made shiharas of the world. The huge bull statue, Nandi, measures about 16 feet long and 13 feet height and is carved out of a single rock. Later Pandyas. The contribution of later Pandyas to South Indian art was significant. A case in point is a cave temple at Pillayarpatti belonging to 13th century. This temple is important both for its sculptures and for an inscription. A beautiful Ganesha is carved facing the entrance. The importance of the figure referred to Desi Vinayaka in the cave inscription is that there are two arms with the trunk turning to the right. Vijayanagara epoch. During the Vijayanagara epoch, a new form of construction emerged. It is a mandapam to where the gods are carried every year. Pillared outdoor mandapams are meant for public rituals, with the ones in the east serving as the waiting room for devotees, which adorn the lost temples. These mandapams attract attention for its monolithic pillars. On these pillars are sculptured horses, lions, and the gods. The Kalyana Mandapam at Kanjipuram Varadaraja Perumal Temple and at Vellur Jalakandeshwara Temple are notable examples. The most celebrated of these mandapams in Temple of Madurai is the Pudu Mandapam. The main features of the Vijayanagara and Nayak architecture are decorated mandapas, ornamental pillars, lifestyle images, gopuras, praharas, music pillars, floral works, and stone windows during the 15th to 17th centuries. Tanks are attached to the temples. Gateways to the temple are constructed from 4 directions with massive gopurams. The practice of fitting the niches with sculptures continued during the Nayak period. There was an increased use of major figures as found at the Alagiya Nambi temple at Tirukurungudi and the Gopala Krishna temple in the Ranganatha temple complex at Srirangam. The southern festival mandapam of Adinatha temple and the porch of the Nellayapar temple are other notable examples. The 1000-pillar mandapam of the Meenakshi Sundareshwarar temple, Pudu Mandapam at Madurai, Rathi Mandapam at Tirungurungudi are examples for the mandapam architecture of this period. The pillars of this period are more decorative than the previous period. Musical pillars were the peculiar feature of this time. A sitting line at the top of the pillars is a common feature in the mandapams. The windows are carved out on the walls of the sanctum and mandapams. The Jalakandeshwara temple at Vellur, the temples of Tadikombu near Dindikkal and Krishnapuram near Tirunelveli and the Subramanya shrine in the big temple Tanjavur are most remarkable edifices of this time. Vijayanagar and Nayak paintings are seen at Varadaraja Perumal temple at Kanjipuram, Koodal Alagar temple at Madurai and the temples of Srivillipudur, Thiruvellarai, Alagar Koil, Thiruvannamalai and Srirangam. The paintings mostly have the stories from Ramayana, palace scenes and mythological stories. In this session, we learnt about Pallava epoch, early Chola epoch, later Pandyas and Vijayanagara epoch. Thank you.